I often find myself lost in a daze, not knowing if I'm coming or going. Feels like I'm losing my mind,
like I'm going insane.
All hope is lost, no one to talk to, cause trust is a far off thing.
Can't trust you.
Been hurt too many times in this lifetime.
Listen,
where do I begin?
Let me begin at the start. Since my birth back in 1918, there's no limit to the suffering and all the pain seen by eye. That's why today I'm still in defiance. For these beliefs, I'm even willing to die. It seems like yesterday I was a teenage kid, groomed by the best and destined for chieftainship. But when I saw that there was a force trying to destroy us, I immediately switched and I became a lawyer. Me and my boy Oliver started a firm, trust me. We had queues and queues of people treated unjustly. Plus we felt it too, the imbalance and all. It was inevitable, this would result in a war. So I hit the front line with my back against the wall, ducking the law. They called me the Black Pimpernel, but even Houdini couldn't escape his fate. I'm in this cage today on a racist case. My distress
is much of a muchness in the bigger scheme of things. My distress is what goes on in my head, a bird without wings. My distress is the anguish and suffering caused by pain. My distress is the time I spend living in vain.
Yo, I gotta say, I appreciate these sessions we have. Me getting to vent, you mentally assessing my past. I have these raps as well, with some cats in the cells. We reflect on both the struggle and our actions as well. We talk about Soweto, all the kids in the marsh killed. We even talk about those dark days out in Sharpeville. Enough brothers fight, but I break them apart, because I understand the nature of that hate in their heart. I used to be a pugilist, my instincts to throw a punch, but there's nothing we cannot talk out over lunch. Talk's always best, but sometimes it's ineffective. Outside these walls, the masses are getting restless. They try to use me to get them to calm down, to release a statement saying put your arms down. But nah, unless it's cause the government has turned, I will stay here longer. The Republic can burn.
My distress is much of a muchness in the bigger scheme of things. My distress is what goes on in my head, a bird without wings. My distress is the anguish and suffering caused by pain. My distress is the time I spend living in vain.
I heard them talking release. Man, they've been talking about the same for years. 27 to be exact, this change still here. I can't imagine being out there, how the world's got. Man, I'd even get to see the Italia World Cup. But what would really blow my head the most is if we were so free we'd even get to host it. I guess that I'm a dreamer like that, but who knows, maybe the next century it might happen. That's when I'll know that this was all for a reason. Jail to bring freedom, not for high treason. I know the stuff sounds unrealistic, and my brain kinda seems like I'm real twisted and confused. I find the truth resides in the music of my soul. My truth now spoken, God made it so. Yo, can you deal with my distress?
It's much of a muchness in the bigger scheme of things. My distress is what goes on in my head, a bird without wings. My distress is the anguish and suffering caused by pain. My distress is the time I spend living in vain.
Listen.
My distress is the time I spend living in vain.
I dedicate this small token to the greatest revolutionary of our time. Thank you for your sacrifice.